dokie then, huh? Great. Oh, at the very, very low price of $2,800. Oh my god! I get the Fujifilm GFX 110mm f2 heading out this later this week, so I will be testing and doing a review next week on the 110mm GFX f2. People think, well, that's an f2. You understand, you get the exact same bokeh. The equivalent in a regular FX would be f 1.58, I believe, basically f 1.4, and it would be the equivalent, since you multiply it times 0.78, an 86 millimeter at f 1.58. So basically an 85 millimeter f 1.4. However, still, we have the compression of a 110 millimeter. So the field of view equivalent is basically an 85 millimeter, but the compression, a 110 millimeter is a 110 millimeter. Same thing between crop sensor and FX. While the field of view equivalent on a crop sensor, for example, say on the Fujifilm 56 millimeter is an 85 millimeter, it still has the compression of a 56 millimeter. It does not have the compression of an 85 millimeter, even though the field of view is the same. So that is a negative side of a crop sensor, and to work out, people usually don't imagine things in their head correctly, or they're not familiar with the fact of compression. People actually point out that if you actually keep your distance the same, the compression is non-existent, but then you would have to crop the hell out of the shot and make it completely useless. Photographers don't work that way, by the way. They frame the shot the same. So if you frame the shot the same, then the compression is different. So lens compression is the reality from the position of a working photographer. But that would be the negative side between a crop sensor and a full frame sensor, as an example. But for the GFX 110 millimeter, we have all the benefits. Yeah, so we have basically an 85 millimeter field of view at basically an f1.4, technically an f1.58, but 1.4, okay? But we have the compression of 110 millimeters. The very best portrait lens that I've ever used, period, and I've got the best, is for FX sensors, is the Nikkor 105 millimeter DC f2 DC Nikkor. So this will be even a little bit better compression than that. So for subject isolation and separation, we're talking some serious hot damn. Some of the image samples that I've seen, of which there are almost, well, they're very few. Very few image samples that I've seen are absolutely wow-worthy. That should be one word, wow-worthy. So anyway, I will be doing the review on that next week. And I've had a lot of people ask me, and that really is the last GFX lens I'm interested in. Now people say, what about the 23 millimeter? I'll test it, but I'm not interested myself personally in landscape stuff. I can say, even without having the 110 millimeter here, as far as GFX lenses, if someone were to only have two lenses, it would be the 32 to 64 and the 110 millimeter f2. Additionally, so if you were to do product photography, it would be this 120 millimeter f4. I'll be also comparing the 110 millimeter. So we've got 2 stops faster of a lens on the 110 millimeter f2 than this, the 120 millimeter f4. But this has image stabilization, so you can shoot a lot slower shutter speeds on this particular lens than you can on the 110 millimeter GFX lens. And the GFX is slightly unforgiving if you don't have good breath and hand holding, which I do. I got really good techniques for really slow shutter speeds. I can actually brag about those skills. I've got good skills when it comes to slower shutter speeds. But still, it's just damn unforgiving on the GFX. So I'll be reviewing that lens next week. Hot damn! And it's only, oh my god, $2,800. Yeah, it's not a cheap lens. Medium format lenses are never cheap. Yeah. So. Yep. So let me know if you got any questions. You can always drop me a buck or two, since I'm broke now. I'm perpetually broke. Perpetually broke. Yeah. Anyway, review next week on GFX Fujifilm 110mm f2. Equivalent of an 85mm 1.4, basically. But with the awesome compression of 110mm. So you get the best of both worlds when you're talking about that lens, which is probably the reason why the Fujifilm designers made the 110mm f2. Best of both worlds. Man, when you imagine the raw files on a lens that is an equivalent of an 85mm 1.4 with the compression of a 110mm lens, that's some damn. That's awesome. Can't wait to get it. Catch you later. Bye. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.